It was a misunderstanding. It was one of those things, one of those Twitter wars that kept blowing up out of nowhere. And I just randomly posted it. November Rain came on, wherever, and I heard the Phil, the Pat Boone, Debbie Boone, Phil, and it dawned on me, oh my God, it's literally happening every 4 bars or every 8 bars. And I counted them, and it was something like 37 times the same Phil. And look, I have nothing but respect for Guns N' Roses and Matt Sorum. Matt's a great, great drummer, and he's done amazing stuff both inside and outside of Guns N' Roses. So I never am trying to insult another drummer. I could find something impressive or inspiring from any musician out there, and I never want to come down or insult any of them. But I just kind of randomly posted that random thought, like, why is this same Phil happening 37 times or whatever it was? And I regret that I did that, because it probably came off as an insult to Matt, and I did not mean it for it to be. But he responded something to the effect of, oh, at least I don't need a 100-piece drum kit to play. And then I was like, well, hey, you're talking to the biggest Ringo and Beatles fan of all time.
Right.
Don't pull that card with me. And we ended up privately emailing each other, and I apologized. And I said, look, I really meant no disrespect whatsoever. So I do regret that tweet, and have learned to kind of be a little more careful about the observations I make.
Well, I mean, I understand what you're saying. That's a shame, because I look at it again, this is like 10 years ago. This is non-existent. And it's nice to know that you were so, what was nothing, his response wasn't angry, but privately you took care of it, and that should remain private. But that's what clickbait can do. And my interviews have suffered that, because I go back to, and I read the actual tweets.
Right.
And it just sounds like, and it makes sense why you're a Rush fan, this intelligent tweet where the average fan, me, the non-musician, that's why I'm in radio, would not have noticed that. And I just find that as like an interesting fact. Like, not everything has to be so intense about the song. I get that's something you observed, and it was just the early days of Twitter where it was taken out of context. So,
well, what do you mean the early days? It's worse than ever now.
I know.
I actually stopped doing interviews for about 2 years. You're one of the first interviews I'm doing coming back, because I got tired of feeding these clickbait headlines.